So today we're going to take a look at the three different types of rocks that we have, or that I have. And we're going to have a question today. So our question today is, what happens when rocks are placed in water? So what do you think happens? How will the water affect the rocks? So I'm going to use my three different types of rocks. So I have my red, my white rock, and my gray rock. You can use three of your different types of rocks and put them in water, but I want you to be very careful doing this at home, making sure that it's okay with mom and dad, that you have water out, and that you're very careful to not spill it. So I'm going to do one rock at a time. So I'm going to put one rock at a time and see kind of what happens. So I'm going to start with my gray rock. So I'm going to think, okay, I'm going to observe it. I'm going to observe what happens in the cup. Okay. So not much happened if you see the rock. Not a lot happened when I put that rock in. A little bit of bubbles came up. The rock changed, got darker from the water, but not much happened. So I'm going to try my next rock, which is the white rock. That didn't do much either. A few bubbles. It kind of changed the color of the water a little bit. And on the bottom you can't really see there. There's a little bit of sand that came off the rock when I put it in the water. I can see that there are little bubbles. Little bubbles came up. Now I'm going to try my red rock. And I can see that a lot of bubbles came out of that one. If you can tell, you can kind of see that the bubbles are still coming up from it. And it has a little bit of bubbles on it. And it definitely changed the color of my water to like an orange color. So did the rocks change when I put them in water? And how? Some did change their colors, right? The gray one definitely turned darker. The red one's definitely like really bright red now, bright orange. The white one kind of stayed the same. But sand definitely fell off of the white one a lot. A lot of sand fell off the white one. They also different. The three of them put off different things. You can see the red one, still bubbles are coming out of it. The other two, not very many bubbles, just when you put them in. So air is being actually trapped inside of that red rock. And those are the bubbles that you're seeing coming from it. Some of them now you get like the white rock. We can see that it has different colors on it. It's actually got a little bit of stripes on it of different colors. And the water definitely changed color. It's no longer clear water. It's kind of muddy looking. So if we're looking at the rocks and taking them out, let me take them out really fast. I have the red rock. The gray rock. And this white rock. So those are my rocks. And they definitely look like they've changed color a little bit since we saw them while they were dry. Definitely darker This one looks a little bit shinier because it has water still on it. They're kind of dull. If we continue to look at the rocks and we say, what happens to rocks when we put them in water? The definitely stuff came off of them. There's debris on the bottom of this cup. There's sand on the bottom of this cup. And we ask these questions. What do you think happens to those tiny pieces of rock if they wash off a rock that falls into moving water, like a stream or a river? And how might water cause the land to change over time? Plus, how long would it take for water to change the way land looks? So, we definitely saw that sand came off of the rocks. And if you think about a stream or a river, a stream and a river push dirt and sand down the river. So the water is definitely moving rocks. It's moving rocks. It's moving smaller rocks. It's moving sand and dirt as it moves. So water can definitely change the land over time. And I'm thinking it probably takes a long time for water to change the way that land looks. Just because normally when we talked about weathering takes a long time. So I'm thinking the same thing, that water is going to take a long time to change the land. So thinking about what the names of these rocks are. So we have this first rock, our gray rock, is called basalt. Basalt is gray, hard rock. It was once hot liquid lava from a volcano. So this was once lava from a volcano. It's called basalt. This rock is tough. It is light and soft, so it kind of feels like chalk when you feel it. It's really soft. It was made from the ash from the fires of the volcano. So this is from the ash from the fires of the volcano, and it was called tough. And then we have this, our reddish rock is called scoria. And scoria is a red bubble rock, and it was once the bubbly top of the lava from a volcano. So this was the bubbly top of the lava from the volcano, and it is called scoria. If we get our science notebooks out and we have them opened to this page, Investigation 1.2, the question is, what happens when rocks are placed in water? In today's investigation, we experimented with our 3 different rocks and water. Write your observations in the chart below. So today's date is 9 dash 29 dash 20. Okay, and our rock. The first one I'm going to do the basalt. It's our gray rock. And what does it do? It got darker. Didn't really do anything other than getting a darker color. Our next rock is our white rock. And it definitely, sand came off it. And we also saw more colors. We saw that it had more colors to it. This is our scoria rock. It's our red rock. And what we saw with this is it made bubbles. It made bubbles, and it turned the water red, or brown, I guess brown. Okay, so turn the water brown. So I want you to pause your video right now so you can catch up and write this, and then when you're done, you can play it again. So this is just another one. You can choose one of these rocks to show a better picture. So I'm going to say that I'm going to choose the red rock to do a picture. So I'm going to draw my water in my cup, and I'm going to draw my red rock down here with its holes in it, and I'm going to draw bubbles, because bubbles came out of it. Okay, so I want you to pause your video there to catch up, and then when you're done, unpause and move forward. Okay, so on the next page, right after, we have rock records. So we're going to go over the first rock. The first rock we talked about was our gray rock, and it is called basalt. Okay, and basalt is gray, hard, and once hot, liquid lava. So it was once a hard liquid lava. And I'm going to kind of draw my basalt rock there. And he's gray, so I have a pencil so I can color him in gray. Okay. The next rock that we talked about is the white rock, and it is called tuff. So tuff is light colored, soft, and once was ash, I'm just going to leave it there, ash, because we all know that they're from volcanoes, so it was once ash. So I'm going to draw a picture of that one. Okay, and our last rock is called scoria, and scoria is red and bubbly, once was top of lava. So our scoria rock is the one that has all the holes in it. Okay, so I want you to stop right there, pause your video, so you can record the different types of rock. When you are done, you can close your notebook. And we are done for the day. I will be back next time to talk about a different type of rock.